What is up, everybody? It's me, Duke Farley, back at it again here on Lost at Sea. And tonight we are talking a little more Big Brother. We are in week 9 of Big Brother, and I'm here with Uncle Shane and Pat. Guys, last time we spoke, we were talking about who was going to battle back into the game. And we were thinking, Cameron had the lead, and he ended up putting his fate into his own hands. Uncle Shane, you didn't think that that was the smart move. You thought that he probably should have just let Jared fuck it up. But once you saw the competition, were you like, all right, I think anybody could do this?
No, I don't think Jared could have done that. But I still think he should have let Jared play because Jared absolutely would have been able to do that. But I'm happy for Cameron. I thought he did a nice job. He's a focused guy, very focused.
Very focused guy. Pat, did you think there was any doubt? He dropped it the one time and it was, getting down to
I
about
thought
maybe
a
2 minutes.
person could do it. It was like you just had to get a ball in a hand. I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more intense, but I guess they're cut for time. So I don't know. They kind of built it up. It's like he's gonna battle back for his life. And it was like that was 40 seconds. That was crazy. That okay, cool. But as I say that as I'm sitting on my couch just eating chips, being like, "Oh, anyone could do that." I'm sure it does require some sort of effort, but I thought that was a smart decision. You know, I love that Jared got mad at the fact that Cameron was gonna play in the thing, and I was like, "That's what." It just this guy never ceases to amaze me. Just the ego on him is insane. He goes, Cameron's, gonna take a chance in his own hands. He's being real cryptic. He's like, he's not. He's telling you straight up, I'm gonna play and I'm gonna win. So I don't know. Just I'm glad he's gone.
Jared's gone now, for good. Not on the jury house. But let's talk about Jared, his interview with Julie. He was very, very emotional. A lot of tears there. What did you guys think of um all the emotion Jared was showing during the interview? Pat, you look
You're
like
waiting for me. You're waiting for me to say he's a little bitch, aren't you? Isn't that what this is about? So I get canceled. Um, I don't know. He did. I think maybe he's just an emotional guy, and all along, he's been able to channel that by disrespecting Blue. So all that sort of energy came out to guilting Blue, and now he just realized that he's not able to help his mother advance in the game, and I think he feels like he let her down. And I'll be clear, he let her down. Like there's no question of did you? You sure did in a big way, over and over again. So
multiple times. Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna look back on like the edit in the season and just be like, but here's the thing. I feel like he's got such an ego on him. He goes, well, no, that's why I did that. And this is why I did this. And like make excuses. But it's like, it's clear as day. You were the biggest problem in Cerie's game. You were a pariah. You should have been out weeks ago. And you had probably one of the best advantages in the game. Like an unbelievable advantage that you basically have another person on, because when they started, they were on opposite sides of the house and they couldn't make that work. That's crazy. That and a part of it is because you kept fucking it up. So I don't. You can cry all you want to Julie, but
would it? And if you were Jared, wouldn't you look at the game and feel stupid that both Jag and Felicia made it farther than you? I mean, every week somebody wanted Jag out. Poor dude. And Miss Felicia is like still barely alive, and she's able to outlast you. It's just crazy to me.
And it's crazy. Yeah, I think it's crazy that he and a part of that is just because they're nice. Like they're just like kind of not like a problem, you know.
Right.
Felicia, as she's not a great game player and she lets shit slip, but she kind of makes up for it for being Mama Felicia. oh, let me give you a hug. And Jag is just like a cool guy to hang around. Jared is just fucking, I'm gonna be a tough guy now. And it's like, dude, I don't want to fucking, oh, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. What, you gonna hit me? Stop. Get out of here.
Well, Jared's gone, guys. We don't have to, he's not going to be a part of the season anymore. But somebody that is, and that was a part of a lot of the episodes this week, was Cameron battling his way back into the game and then going in and winning the HOH to have control over the week. Corey, I want to talk about Corey, though, a little bit of a mess here with Corey and America. We saw them get caught in a little double dipper action where they were trying to form a final four with people outside of the alliance. And a couple people caught on to that. So Uncle Shane, I know Corey is your winner pick. Are you getting a little nervous for him?
I am. It's like you have Matt across the yard and he's got two superpowers, that dude, right? He could swim really, really fast. And he can read people's lips, right? It's like if Superman, you don't want to do something in another room because Superman can look through the wall, where Matt can look across and know exactly what you said as if you said it into like one of our ears, right? So the fact that he's like covering his mouth when he does it, it's like that's like the sure sign that you're being shady. And that's what Corey was doing. And Matt was just like, Matt didn't even have to see his lips to know what was happening, right? It was so stupid. And Corey, is it just because he's got a girl now that he can't focus? I don't want to jump ahead to like some of the bed action that was going on in last night's episode, but I can't wait till we get there. So to answer your question, I'm very nervous about Corey.
I think like what surprises me is because Corey is a smart guy and he's been playing like a really like, especially in this like the last few weeks, he's been really playing a great game. And he just blew up Jared and Sari for doing the exact thing that he's doing. And I'm like, what? I'm not trying to be sly about it either. And it's like, and that because then cut to America telling Cameron and Matt, oh yeah, we made with Mimi and Felicia, but it's not a big thing, whatever. Just, dude, what are you doing? Why would you say that? And it's like, and also alarm bells for Cameron and America's like, I didn't even see him there. He's a zombie. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, just stop.
Yeah, what did that mean?
They're elusive. They're elusive.
I didn't see him there. He was sitting right there in a bizarrely ripped up sweatshirt that was monochromatic. But the other thing is that it was so awkward when America did that, and it rivaled her washing machine kiss explanation that she did too, that I never need to see again. And thanks CBS for showing it again in last night's episode.
Yeah. It's also like, hey, like, Corey, America, can we get out of the bed? Can we get a shot of them not in bed together? And it's like, this is a game. You're playing for money. And it's like, hey, fall in love. I love it. But when we saw Jeff and Jordan, they weren't in bed the entire season.
No.
They were playing the game. And it's like Corey and America. Also, America, you freako, going in the shower, blowing Corey on his birthday. Everyone.
I think somebody's jumping to conclusions. I'm not 100% sure that happened.
Come on.
Jesus, come on. It's a kid show. Jesus.
Dude. That's
crazy. She's hiding.
Oh, yeah.
They're not even in the HOH bathroom. This is like the public bathroom. They're just like banging.
Like,
in
let me tell you.
Shower.
Let me tell you about Amendment 19. Amendment 20.
Oh my God, that bit was. But that was crazy too. Where it's like, listen, Corey, I get it's your birthday, but like this is a public shower. We not like. That's nuts. Anyway, but
yeah, a lot going on with those two. But Cameron is more so worried about the threat that is Miss Felicia and her going to the jury house and potentially telling people not to vote for him if he were to get to the end, which long way for Cameron to get to the end. But what do you guys think of the decision of Cameron to nominate Miss Felicia and Nicole, as opposed to people kind of like Blue, like Jag or Matt kind of telling them, you know, you probably should nominate Corey because he is going behind the back of the alliance and trying to form a final four with other people. What do you think of Cameron's initial nominations?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I can speak to that. What I'm really getting a kick out of is his little conversations with everybody ahead of time, where he just stares at them and waits for them to talk, which is really uncomfortable to watch. And Miss Felicia didn't help herself. Like, she goes in there like she's gonna, like, I've got a gift and I'm gonna use it. And it's like, and you're terrible. Like, you're terrible at it. You know, Cam thinks that you're a joke, and he just keeps going back to like how great she is as a player. She's a terrible player. Like, he's like punking her almost, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I get where Cameron's coming from in terms. By the way, I think Cameron is playing the best game by far. I think the fact that he gotten this far is insane. He's either been on the block or HOH, and it's like he is going to have to go. He's probably going to have to win out. I mean, you know, this new alliance with Matt and Jag, I would be surprised if they try to take a cut at him. But I do want to say, I think Cam has got the amount of competition wins and how far he's gone is very impressive. And he's like really, really playing. But there are decisions he's made where I'm like, okay, Jesus fucking Christ, Cameron, just wake up. But in terms of this, it's like, I get that you're aligned with Jag and Matt now, and they're close with Blue. So I get you don't want to put Blue up. And, you know, Aussie, she's not really, or Bowie Jang's not really even a person. And then
Aussie.
The Aussie. Yeah, down out of here. Oh, I look like an alien. Yeah, it's like, shut the fuck up, Bowie. God damn it. Just a big nothing burger. And then, you know, you got Sareed. And you know, that whole like mafia thing was like, Jared told me to take care of you, so I'm gonna. It's like, why? They voted you out. Why are you pledging your allegiance to her? You shouldn't. So, and with Felicia, it's like, she's never gonna win a competition. She will never win a competition. And same with Mimi. It's Nicole. They're not gonna win anything. When you have an Olympic athlete and then you have people who could actually do puzzles like Corey in America, and it's like, they're never going to win. So why are you going to take a shot at Felicia? The gift of gab? It's like, not, I guess, maybe, not really.
That's not a gift. I'd re-gift it if that came my way. Here's the thing, though, is that, how about Felicia, though, is like, oh, I could beat America in a challenge. It's like, you can? Like, when? Like, when did that happen? It's like, this girl's like young and in shape. And it's like, oh, yeah, America, take her off the list. I'm not worried about that one. You're not? We all are for you.
You should be.
That idea is like, I get a schoolyard pick. I hope I get America. It's like, you shouldn't at all. That's crazy. You have legit won. You almost died at one of the veto competitions. They had to put ice on it. What are you talking about?
You almost died.
Dude, what do you think? I don't know.
I think the problem that we're running into with Cameron is he has tunnel vision. So I don't think he's played the best game. I disagree with that, Pat. I think that he's put himself in a lot of trouble just because he's come out of the gate and won a lot of competitions. Now people, you know, have nominated and voted him out of the game. And he's now has to win competitions to stay in at this point. So I think it's going to be interesting to see with, you know, him having won the veto at this point, what his decision is, and the speech that Miss Felicia gives at the, you know, the renom, you know, thing. But I think he really should renom Corey here. What do you guys think of the Miss Felicia publicly throwing Corey under the bus and saying that he was the one to approach herself and McCall of the Final Four? And then what do you got? Let's do some speculation on, do you think he's going to use it and take her off the block and put up Corey? What do you guys think?
I think that he was planning on doing it before Miss Felicia's speech. And I think that hearing Miss Felicia's speech gave him the. I also think that Cameron likes moments, right? Like he had that pie moment happen at the nomination ceremony. He's a guy who wants his opportunity to stand. He does a lot of winking at the camera and like saying these little catchphrases that aren't catching on. But he wants to create a moment, and I think that this is a moment. Every speech that he or conversation he has with Jag and Matt is doing something that's going to be a lasting thing that people can remember. And I think, having put Felicia up and then taking Felicia down and putting up Corey is going to be what he thinks is creating a moment. And I actually think it is a moment, and so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough if he does that, and he was but here's the thing. It's tough if he does it because he says to Felicia, you are 100, like he was very upfront with her. You're my target, because he had the idea that this is law now. You're gone. See ya. And I think it's smart. I mean, I think it's less of a risk if he takes off Felicia and puts Corey up, because again, Felicia's never going to win a goddamn thing. So I wouldn't even worry about her winning the HOH. That being said, I don't think he's gonna, because I think he's like he does suffer from that tunnel vision. Once he has a target, he has a target. It is tough for him to hear. And I think maybe he thinks that he can, I don't know, maybe work with Corey, even though Blue kind of blew that up. But I think he's going to keep his noms same. I think it's smart if he does put up Corey, because Corey is the biggest threat in the house. Yeah. But that is a good point, Uncle Shane, too, where he's like, he does do that. Let's make this legendary kind of thing and blah, blah, blah. So it'd be pretty crazy if he was like, Felicia, you're going home, and then be like, no, he's kidding. Come off. And then.
But all right, so let me ask you this. Can't he then make it as if this new news put him in a position where he can't trust Corey? So he can make it like Felicia convinced him. Now he pulls Felicia off, and that sort of saves, in a way, that saves Mimi, right? So now he could potentially bring Mimi and Felicia into the fold with Jag and Matt. And because the next person you want, if you're Corey, to go home is America, because America is going to do that whole thing like, that's my boo. We both love the Constitution and showers. I'm going to come after him because now my time in the house sucks. And so he's going to need to get rid of America after Corey. So I think maybe there's a way that he can pull this all off,
Patrick, you mentioned a conversation that Corey had with Blue right before all this kind of stuff went down, and she sold him out. But I think this is the first big mistake that Corey has made in the game, talking to somebody about wanting to go after the HOH, who has all the power in the house at this point and has the veto and could make something happen. So what do you guys think of, that conversation?
I think especially for this season too, this is the season of just selling everyone. Like nothing is secret. Like whatever you say, nothing is secret. The only HOH was Cameron's HOH, where he didn't tell the pie nominations. He didn't tell anybody what he was doing. That's the only successful, without this kind of backtracking and this and that. Everyone sells everybody under the bus constantly throughout the season. And I'm sure they've all picked up on that. That's why I was like, why would you say that when he He hasn't played the veto yet. Why would you say that?
He's
Wait until
also he's also telling Blue, who is a person that he just nominated, who really doesn't have much loyalty to him at this point in the game.
Yeah. It's like you just got out, you know, her man, and you're just chilling, be like, yeah, we've got, Cameron's loose cannon. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like I get the idea of what he was trying to do. It's just he hasn't played the noms yet. Why would you say that before?
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
And then the other conversation I want to talk to you guys about is in the HOH room, Cameron presents the idea to Jag and Matt about putting up Corey. And Matt gives a confessional that he's on board with that. He's fine with Corey leaving. Whereas Jag is still kind of trying to preserve Corey for another week because he doesn't want to, have to pick and choose between people. What do you think of those guys, those kind of not being on the same page, Jag wanting, do you think it's smart for Jag and Matt to keep Corey around, or do you think Jag and Matt should just let him go?
Well, between Corey and Felicia, it's like Pat's been saying, it's like you want to play with Felicia because you'll beat her every time, and nobody respects her game. So if you end up sitting in the seat next to her, you have a good chance of winning. So Corey's a debater, and that end of the show is all about debating your partner as to why you deserve to win. So why would you want to go against that? And somebody who has a girlfriend who's going to be in that jury house, who's going to be, working on your behalf. So no, I get, you have to get rid of Corey and Jag. I think Jag, because he's so close to being thrown out so many times early on, that he's trying to play the safe game, and Matt hasn't, so he's willing to risk it a little bit more.
Are you guys surprised Cerie's name hasn't been brought up at all this round?
A little bit. I think that I'm happy that she is like
same
pulling herself out, because that, again, because she doesn't have this giant liability, she can actually like play her own game. And it's like, okay, let me just let these people, oh, you forgot about me, and then let me cut some throats. So I think that is 100 the perfect game plan for Cirie right now, especially with this week. Just get through this week. No one's mentioning her. It's perfect.
I also think she's incredibly likable. Like I didn't know her before. Just like looking at her in the house when they have like when they all get together. Like Miss Felicia sometimes rubs me the wrong way, whereas Cirie doesn't. Like I enjoy Cirie.
Yeah, I think this Jared leaving and this round going the way that it has gone is really, really good for Cirie in the long game, because I think people are going to start to eat at each other, and she's just going to sit back and let it happen. Guys, I want to talk about The Exorcist Believer. Are you guys going to see it?
I didn't know that was a real movie. It looked so poorly done. And the best thing is like when Bowie Yang or whatever her name is like, when Bowie Yang is like, oh my God, it's so scary. It's like, okay, Bowie, settle down. It looks so terrible. It's a real movie though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Exorcist 2. Now there's 2 girls and they're both possessed. I like that they went, let's do another Exorcist. Let's just put another girl. It was double the Exorcist. I love somebody said in the episodes like double the exorcism or something. And I was like, that's okay. I thought the competition was cool. I thought that was really like, I was like, whoa, that was sick.
I love the competition. I loved it. But the selling of the movie, CBS, come on.
Yeah.
Seems like all the castmates are going to go see it right after.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think CBS is gun at them and be like, you should go see The Exorcist.
I would love in a scenario like that, like if I was on and they'd be like, I choose, Duke, I choose Patrick, I choose Shane. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Why don't you take Cirie?
Yeah.
I'd rather have nothing to do out in the backyard than do that.
I love that they watched the preview and That'd be so funny. But I'm all good. That's what's the Rotten Tomato score? No, okay. If it's not above an 80, I'm not doing it. So
You're like, oh, you're scared? Like, no. Just leave it at that.
yeah, I love
Seemed
that they
like
make
it seemed like Blue was super scared throughout the entire viewing.
Blue was auditioning for Exorcist 3, I think. That was clear.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. But it's like also if I was in a house and I haven't watched like a movie or TV, I'd be like, all right, this is pretty good. But it sucks that it's The Exorcist 2 that you're watching. But I'll take what I can get.
It's spooky season.
I love that Miss Felicia was like, my military training has taught me how to see in the dark, which saw her walking right out the main door and eliminating herself from the competition. So what military was that?
Yeah. Oh my God. Anything she oh God, Felicia.
Say the noms stay the same, guys. Is Miss Felicia gone?
I think so. I don't
Yeah.
think Mimi, like, why would you get rid? I mean, I guess
Because
Felicia
I mean, Pat, you've been talking about how Miss Felicia isn't a threat to win a competition.
that's true.
Why keep somebody that like McCall? Why keep her around if she's come close in a couple?
Yeah, that is true. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it's what everybody prioritizes more, who they view as a threat. I don't know, because if Cam views Felicia as a threat, which I don't know how, but maybe some other people have the same feelings. So, but I don't know.
Nicole looks like she's having the worst time all season long. Like every moment she gets to like say how horrible the people are in the house, she does. Why is she still there? Like, just go home. Like, just
Yeah.
take
Uncle
one for the
Shane,
team.
Uncle Shane, you didn't enjoy the long segment of watching her clean the house?
That was a lot of time. Yeah. That was a lot of time. And it wasn't even really cleaning. It was just spraying 2 disinfectant bottles, which I would have to then go around and clean after her because what is that?
I was like,
It's
wow,
also like
that's really important to the Big Brother storyline here.
Yeah, I was like, it's a slow week when we're getting like 45 minutes of cleaning and then Constitution bits. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Well, guys, it'll be fun to see, what happens with Cameron and the veto. Not many times do we get the episode stop short of the decision of whether he's going to take the person off. So I think it's going to be a fun episode tomorrow, I guess, Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be fun.
I'm excited.